Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Stefan sneaks in hospital to finish Harris off. Clyde demands fatal outgrowth. Days of Our Lives reveal that there's a reason why Stefan DiMera has been acting so shady recently. Stefan has been honest with Ava Vitali about the fire that forced Harris Michaels to fight for his life. It clearly sounds like Stefan may have pulled the detector, or perhaps he transferred someone like potentially dirty Officer Molina to do the job rather. Either way, that job obviously wasn't done right since Harris survived, so Days spoilers say Stefan will face Clyde Weston's pressure during the week of February 26th March 1st. After Harris awakens in the sanitarium, Stefan will grow anxious despite how rapturous Ava is. Harris could conceivably identify Stefan as the person who fired at him if he indeed did. That may be a concern if Harris' presumably fuzzy recollections of the event come into focus. Of course, Clyde wouldn't want Harris around to keep probing and posing a trouble to his medicine operation. Harris' connection to Ava may also be disquieting to Clyde, so he'll give Stefan some grim orders. Unless Stefan wants Gabby Hernandez DiMera to face a fatal outgrowth rather, he may have no choice but to carry out Clyde's ghastly wishes. Days spoilers say Stefan will eventually sneak in the sanitarium to finish Harris off, so he'll be on a secret charge to satisfy Clyde's minatory demands. Naturally, this brings the eventuality for Stefan to get interrupted ever. Whether Harris fights back or someone like Ava walks in at just the right moment, there's bound to be major drama. Harris isn't exiting Days just yet, so DOL spoilers say he'll survive yet another attempt on his life. Ava is sure to be mealy when she realizes Stefan has been trying to get relief of Harris permanently, so a heated battle is coming over sooner or laterly. It sounds like Stefan will be stuck in a mess that just keeps getting messier, so stick with us for updates on all the bad news that's brewing. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Clyde will continue to make life delicate for multiple Salemites. Sloan blabs too important with Connie near. Days of Our Lives reveals that Brady Black opened up to Marlena Evans about his Valentine's Day disaster with Rachel Black, so Marlena stressed the significance of not fighting in front of his son. Brady understood that, but he also conceded how crazy it made him whenever he got around Kristen DiMera and she pushed him over the edge. Coming on Tuesday's Days occasion, Brady reflected on Tate Black's letter to him being colder than the bone. He transferred Teresa Donovan, so he felt his son was condemning him for not being around when he was youngish. Still, Marlena assured Brady of Tate's love and felt he was just latching onto his pater as a goat for everything that had gone wrong. Meanwhile, Alex Kyriakis came home to find Teresa quilting and yelling at a Salem in hand over the phone. There were no further apartments available, but Teresa made it clear that she was leaving anyway. Alex protested and tried to explain that he just wanted to decelerate effects down a bit when it came to the offer. After attending a support group for people in connections with addicts, Alex realized he demanded to pump the thickets. Teresa felt like Alex was saying she was too important to handle and headed for the door, but he yelled for her to stop and asked her to marry him. Of course, Teresa knew it wasn't a real offer of marriage. It was just an offer passing out of guilt and pity, so Teresa wasn't interested. Alex bothered that Teresa might spin out and fall, but she acted like this little debacle wasn't that serious and threw her key at him as she left with her wallet. Subsequently on Tuesday's Days occasion, Teresa ended up at the townhouse and asked if she could stay in Tate's room since she was leaving bright and early to visit Tate with Brady hereafter. Marlena set about Teresa walking out on Alex, so she decided to pay Alex a visit and see if he demanded someone to talk to. Alex was thankful for the late-night remedy session, which gave him a chance to open up about the offer debacle along with his enterprises about Teresa's dependence and getting a stepfather. Although Alex loved Teresa, Marlena conceded that his love wasn't unconditional and understood that he'd to do what was right for him. Back with Brady, he also set about Teresa discovering the ring and flipping out when Alex didn't actually pop the question. Brady questioned whether Teresa loved Alex, so she dithered before asking why differently she'd want to marry him. Although Brady admitted it was gross, he suggested that perhaps Alex's new fortune was a factor. Teresa flashed back to chancing out about Xander Cook's, Paul Telfer, heritage and colluding to make it Alex's heritage rather. Nonetheless, Teresa acted offended over Brady criminating her of being a gold digger. Brady apologized and was sorry Teresa was hurting, so he gave her a clinch and let her know she could always count on him. Teresa sounded touched and headed toward the bedroom, but she stopped to break and peer back at Brady. At the cantina. On Tuesday's DOL show, Roman Brady assured Kate Roberts Brady that Lucas Horton, Brian DiTillo, was safe before treating her to a romantic regale for two. Kate felt bad for not getting Roman a Valentine's Day present, but he didn't mind, especially formerly she danced with him and purred in his observance about the gift she was going to give him in the bedroom. Over with Ava Vitali, Stefan DiMera brought her home and encouraged her to get some rest. Ava just wanted to reign and have some espresso before heading back to the sanitarium. Stefan argued that Ava couldn't be hanging around twisting her hands over Harris Michaels since it could get back to Clyde Weston. Ava eventually conceded and said she'd text Trip Johnson to be her eyes and cognizance. Still, Trip wasn't texting back, so Ava mentioned that it was unlike him. There was also talk about Ava planning to get vengeance on the person who did this to Harris, but Stefan acted like they may no way get answers, especially if Harris didn't wake up. Ava didn't want Stefan talking like that since she was holding out hope that Harris would pull through. Stefan tried to make Ava an omelet, but she was empty and sounded suspicious of how nice he was being. Although Ava wondered what was in it for Stefan, he acted like he was just trying to do a nice thing. Ava ultimately got a call from the sanitarium and learned Trip no way showed up for his shift, so she gave Stefan updates on the intimidating news. At Small Bar on Day's occasion, Melinda Trask met up with Sloane Peterson Brady before Connie Viniski intruded to blast Melinda over Lee Shin's demise. Sloane recalled that Connie was a former customer and allowed. She was crazy for allowing Lee was her nut after one date. After Connie stomped off, Sloane proceeded her discussion with Melinda and continued raving about the baby taking center stage in Eric Brady's life. Sloane was starting to get drunk, so at one point she mentioned she was Aunt Jude Brady's real mama since they stole him from Nicole DiMera. Melinda pushed Sloane to keep her voice down and start appreciating her life with Eric and Jude rather. The secret could ruin everything if it came out, so Melinda advised Sloane not to vent to anyone differently. After Melinda left, Sloane ordered up another drink as Connie peered over from across the room. It raised the possibility that Connie might be eavesdropped further than Sloane and Melinda intended. Is a Who Shot Clyde riddle coming? Days of Our Lives reveal that Clyde Weston has made a great deal of adversaries in his time. Still, Clyde's rearmost conduct have several suspects ready to take him out. Now that Clyde is taking successes at people left and right, the list is growing. Are Days pens working their way up to a Who Shot Clyde riddle? Days of Our Lives Clyde Weston is behind the new drug ring. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Clyde is behind the new medicine ring that has caused plenitude of overdoses and deaths in Salem. Holly Jonas is still in a coma from her overdose on New Year's Eve. E.J. DiMera wants Clyde to pay for this above all. Will Clyde get further charges? Days of Our Lives spoilers is a Who Shot Clyde riddle coming? Nicole Walker wants Clyde to pay for nearly killing her son. Holly is breathing on her own. Still, Holly still has a long way to go before she's better. Nicole could be another person who wants Clyde dead and tries to make it be. Clyde deserves to pay for what he has done. DOL Ava Vitali and Stefan DiMera are fed up. Clyde has been blackmailing Ava Vitali and Stefan DiMera for months. Clyde has attacked Trip Johnson and Gabby DiMera. Clyde continues to hang both of them and run medicines through the bistro. Clyde has also defended them from being caught with medicines. Now Wendy Shin and Trip have been abducted after being told that Rafe Hernandez wanted them to go into caching. This is going to have Ava more determined to make Clyde pay, especially after Harris was shot and nearly killed right on the bistro lading wharf. Days of Our Lives Chad DiMera is determined to get Clyde Weston. Clyde killed Abby DiMera taking his children's mama and his woman.